wanted to say something, definitely I do. And so this is something, uh, you know, it's a bad day. This is my third event. I have to go to one more. I thought about, it's cold and everything, and then I thought about this man, and I tell you, I have utmost respect, and I just wanted to say that for him. Of course, Saji is somebody I come to know later, but I have most respect for Thomas ആയിട്ട് നമ്മളൊക്കെ uncle എന്നൊക്കെ വിളിക്കുന്ന ആള്. But he is instrumental in this, and I'm so happy and excited. And thank you for letting him do all this stuff, because it is not easy. I just wanted to say, especially by the blessing of God, I'm able to do certain things in the community, and of course, I lead our county, which is the 8th largest county in the state of Texas. But end of the day, I always say that end of the day, I'm a Malayalam. End of the day, whether I like it or not, that's who I am. And I cannot run away from this community. This community is, anytime I come into things, feel like coming back home. I mean, going home kind of, or going and meeting, family members. That's the way I feel about everybody sitting here. So, one of the thing, sitting there, if you ask some of the judges serving on the benches, and if you ask me, we hear all kind of crazy stories in our community. And I'm not going to get into any details, but like beautifully mentioned here, Alcoholic Anonymous is a concept started 50, 75 years ago. There is no leaders, there is no president, there is no secretary, or none of that stuff. Everybody come together with no expectations, sit down. I also, that they sit in a circle. So that means there is no special seat for anybody, and they all share their experiences and they go home. And the one who started thinking, you know what, I'm accepted the way I am, and nobody putting any judgment. That's where our community have to come out of, because I don't know, is that okay to say your story? Okay. We had some experience in our family. Shiva is my wife, and her father was alcoholic. This is 1998, and he got violent, and ultimately we have to call the police, and he spent a day in a jail, and of course that changed his life. And at the time our children were little, and after he went through all that program, he was one of the best grandfather our children could have. He even today, and I don't know how many years now, 25 plus years, 28 years he is sober, and everything is wonderful. And point what I'm trying to make is it was stressful, and fortunately, I don't know, I never got the habit of drinking alcohol. And I don't know, people call me, I'm not a man and I'm not a guy, kind of thing. People said, if you are a man, you had to drink some. I don't know, for some reason I never felt that. But the point what I'm so thankful I don't drink, by the way. So the point is, I'm trying to make is, there is no judgment or none of that stuff. And this is all good group of people sitting here today. And I'm glad we are having this conversation. But I wish some of our achans or temple priests or whoever, they were in this meeting. Because the only way we are going to create some kind of in-depth conversation, because so sometimes people don't come into this kind of event or get engaged in, because it's a trust issue. And it's personal to people, it is a trust issue. And I think we all go to church, and church, most of the time we trust to go and pray to God, and look at our local churches, whether it is Sugar Creek or many other churches. They do have departments for family counseling and all these things. But maybe we don't have the resources, we don't have the plan or programs in place. But I ask you guys to engage with our priests, and at least some of them coming into this conversation, because they should be the counselors, in my opinion, above and beyond you all. And if anything I can do, and as Uncle rightfully mentioned, this is a sickness, and you have to accept it, you have to understand it is a sickness, and that's the only way we are going to address it. And I am, whenever he asks me to do anything, get on the Zoom meeting or whatever that is, and I do it because I respect this man so much, and he's taking his time and telling his story, and making a difference. We wanted to make a difference. But by the way, maybe not, none of these people, alcoholism is a major problem in our community, a major problem. I think more than 50% of Malayali men are alcoholic. Different level. Different level. That's a fact. Let's accept it. And so I don't know. There is no solution for just somehow remove that issue and move forward. But accepting it, there is a saying: accepting I have a problem is 50% of the solution. And many people they're not even ready to accept it. That is the problem. And I'm not saying anything you haven't heard so far, but I just wanted to say I came because I wanted to support this effort. And even we have behavioral health services, we have a department in Portland County. And I can definitely engage them into this conversation and any kind of counseling and things of that nature. It is available. It is available. But at the same time, you need to understand this is an area where the need is so big, so big. And so the volunteering is, our community is educated, we have so much expertise in this area, so we all can volunteer. And also, Uncle, let me ask you a question. So many years you lived before and last 5 years?
15 years.
No, last 5 years. No, you're sober for 15 years. No, I'm talking about last 5 years. You said you started helping people. Is your life got better, or how do you feel about it?
I feel very blessed every day.
Because you're making a difference in people's life. And that's something we have to take into our heart. And and when you help others, and your life is going to get more blessed, more engaged. I don't know how to say it. You all know it, hopefully. And let's all get together and put plans in place. And if anything I can do for as a person, in my official capacity, I'm ready to do that. I'm available to do that. But thank you for giving me an opportunity to say a few words, I should say. You all are here in this cold weather because you care about this conversation. And I appreciate each and every one of you. And I just want to say, God bless you all. Let's move forward. Always remember the story of Starfish. Let's pick one out and save that person and move. And that's the message I wanted to say. Let's continue to do this good work. And thank you for both of you for doing this effort.